Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to freeze.
These ice bags are mainly bought so people can cool their beer. And to each their own, of course, but I have a different drug of choice, and I'm about to show you that.
Right, so it's almost full now, so shouldn't be too long before we can go in now.
Right? It's good to go. It is time.
Worst part is always just getting in, so I'm not gonna waste any time.
There we go. Just enough ice leftovers here, so as you can see, I haven't changed the water since I filmed it. This is actually ice water, so here we go. Right. So the getting in part, as I said, is the most difficult. But what you also don't want to do is, when you get in, you don't want to get too comfortable either. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is get the cold water as close to my neck as possible. And then this way, it alarms my system and lets it know that, holy shit, it's cold, you need to warm up and you need to activate your survival instinct. And our DNA knows that, so don't worry too much about making anything happen. You just get close to the cold and it just comes through. So this is called what I have experienced colder, and I know what this leads to, and it's a great feeling afterwards. See, the thing is, cold plunges to me are a form of physical shadow work. For only 5 to 10 minutes, or however long you choose to do it, it gives you an opportunity to face difficulty and face what is temporarily a painful experience, but ultimately one that is going to make you feel better. It's going to make you stronger and make you more resilient. And most of that is also in your mind. So if you've never done this before and you try it for the first time, I'm not recommending you to do that. I'm just letting you know, if you do try it for the first time, you will panic and you will get scared, and that's perfectly normal because your mind is telling you, holy shit, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you going in there? You need to get away from that. That's not good for you. And a big part of this is to override that mentality in your own mind. And of course, if you stay in it for too long, let's say I don't think you're meant to be in it for more than 20 minutes, and all things considered, the most of the benefits are reaped when you do 9 minutes per week. So you don't even need to do it for that long, as long as you get in and you're able to stay in. But even then, your mind will tell you to get out. My mind is not telling me to do that now because I have trained myself and I am a lot more resilient than say the average person who might want to try this. But nevertheless, if you do try it and you can make it past, say, the 2-minute mark, that's something to be proud of. Okay? Now, why do I do this? Why the fuck am I doing this? Well, it does have a lot of benefits, of course. It's great for reducing inflammation, it's great for your skin, it's great for recovery, although you don't want to do this straight away after resistance training, because you do actually need a degree of inflammation to reap the most of the hypertrophic benefits of exercising. But to me, even if it didn't have that, I would still fucking do it. And the reason is, I hate weakness. I despise despise weakness in myself. If there's one thing I hate in the world more than anything, is my weaknesses. That's true. And I usually find that the more you try and challenge that, the more you battle that, somehow the more you feel peace. It's a very strange duality in life. One thing that I have definitely noticed, I'm going to sit up so I can get my quads in as well so they're not missing out. So, one thing that I have noticed is that everything that bothers us about the world and our surroundings and everything that we choose to fight, our enemies. What is the definition of an enemy? I have realized that when you are holding the bow and arrow and you're pointing at all of the things in the fucking world that are pissing you off, that are making you feel wronged, that are ultimately things that you reject, the main focus of that arrow should always be yourself. You need to start with yourself first, and you need to annihilate the ego and your weaknesses. And like your ego, what it does is that it sets out all these little bear traps on your way, and it constantly lures you to step over them. When you step over them, it halts your journey to greatness. Greatness is not greatness of ego, it's the greatness of journey. It's a spiritual journey, and everyone has their own. I have my own, you have your own. And everyone's is different in the sense that we all go through different things to reach that greatness. But I think realizing and acknowledging that you're not already there is one of the best things you can do. But then the second question is, are you on your way to be there? That's a very important question. That's a question that we should be asking ourselves on a day-to-day basis. With everything that we do, with everything that we know, with everything that we read, with every word that we speak, are you on your journey to greatness? And on an older episode of Iblis Manifestations, my friend Roland, who actually came on, and he discussed his ayahuasca experiences, in as much detail as he could get into. He said something really powerful in that episode. This was 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago, and I remember this. He said that you can fall in and out of enlightenment. And I think that's so fucking true. And I remember that since then. And this is why I say that this is a question that you ought to ask yourself on a day-to-day basis. But again, it all starts with annihilating your own weaknesses. And know that everything that you see in the world is a projection of yourself. The world does a great job of being a mirror. That's why I like art. That's why I like extreme metal. That's why I like black metal, because it's a reflection of the human psyche. It's a reflection of our spirit and the torment which we have endured for thousands of years, from nature, from our own ignorance, from just the reality of life. And we forget how much of that we carry with us all the time. And that's why it's important to challenge ourselves and to know that life's not meant to be a nice and relaxing experience. It's not meant to be easy. And the sooner you embrace that, the better your experience will become. What I'm doing right now is not easy, but it's necessary. It's my duty. We take so much from nature. We eat, we fuck, we have constant dopamine And do we have nothing to give back to the God of nature? Do we have nothing to give back? You have to understand, we're in a transactional universe, matrix rather, and everything is an exchange. And pain's one of the most important currencies in life, and we ought to understand that. So that's just my 2 cents on it. So what I encourage you to do is to not necessarily do what I'm doing at this very moment right now, but find that difficulty for yourself. What is it that's making you feel scared? What is it about you that you fucking despise? Well, face it. Face it head on. Find out more about it. We can learn a lot from the shadows, that's for sure. And to conclude this experience, I'm going to dunk my head under the water. The water doesn't feel warmer per se, but that's good enough, you know? And that concludes this experience. Life is divine, life is spiritual, and God's right at the door if you're willing to suffer enough to let Him in. Our perspective of life is somewhat distorted because of our ever increasing drive towards comfort. We need to eliminate that. Thank you for joining me. Hope this was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so just a quick one for you guys afterwards. As you can see, my fingers have started to go a bit pale there. This is actually pretty quick, considering usually it takes a while for that to set in, but nevertheless, this actually used to be a lot worse for me before, but my circulation has clearly improved over time from doing this, so this is actually not bad. It's gonna go away soon. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys that. So, you know, I'm not faking it. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and may it give you an excuse to become fucking strong. Let's go.
To anyone interested in learning more about fitness, training, and nutrition, you can contact me for the Trial by Fire coaching program, which will allow me to create a customized plan for you and you only. And this will help you achieve your fitness goals, get in better shape, lose weight, whatever it is that you need to do. If you want to do that, you can contact me through the contact list that's in the Trial by Fire link that's in the description below, and we will see how I can help you. Stay strong.